Hello, welcome to Integrity Live. Please do not swear. I am your host today, Bekka Whitney, and today I have an absolutely lovely guest who I'm very excited to chat to. Would you like to introduce yourself to our viewers and tell us a little bit about what you're here to promote today?
Hi. Yeah, so thank you for having me. My name's Leanne Louise. I'm a singer-songwriter from Essex. Essex. Yeah, so I've got a new single out right now with Miss Pink. It's called Let It Rain. It's had the most beautiful response. So thank you if you've already heard it and supported it. Yeah, and also have another song coming out on the 15th of this month, which has already been supported by some big people, which is really cool. So yeah.
Yeah, I did hear a little bit about that.
There's
I'm
more,
very
but
excited. Let's get into it then, shall we? Let's get into it.
yeah.
So tell us about the single with Miss Pink. How did that come about?
So I met Miss Pink at a live stream in December for Thames Delta Community Radio. Basically, I'd had a gig in the afternoon and I wasn't driving. I didn't have my car because it was broken. So I'd had a few drinks and they were like, "Oh, come back to the studio. Like the drum and bass guys have like got a set. You should come and meet them." So I went to the radio. She was there. Ed Solo, Jessie G, Decline, AC. I'm trying to think. All like the Jungle Cakes lot were there. And yeah, that's where we met. We kept in contact. She hit me up to do a song with her. We done one. Trying to remember. Yeah, we done one song which is called Better With You, which will be out at some point in the future. We then she sent me a few other beats to like write to, and I literally wrote this song in the car whilst driving down to Brighton to do a live stream. So yeah.
That's pretty amazing. I love it when inspiration comes in a flash like that. Sometimes it can be so random, can't it? The places where you end up writing a song.
It is random, but literally, like, I think my place where I write is my car. Ironic that I'm in the car right now. But it is like I find what movement I need to move when I'm writing songs. I need to move, like whether it's walking or driving. I can write when sitting still. It's not like I have to be moving, but it just helps. I don't know, like movement. Let me share.
So how has it been received so far? What's the buzz been like?
Oh my God, it's been so amazing. Like, I don't think either of us expected this. So I mean, Miss Pink's amazing. She's got a beautiful, amazing following. She's been working hard. She's been doing this for like over 20 years. But we done a live stream a few weeks back, and it was the first time that either of us had hit 1,000 viewers like at once on the live stream. We were just like, it was, I don't know, it was such a buzz. Like, and since then, people have just fully got behind it. I think music for us, like as artists, has been our savior through lockdown. But I think people on the receiving end, they really, I don't know, they're really appreciative of it. Appreciative. Is that the word?
Appreciative.
Right now. Appreciating it. But yeah, no, it's been amazing, and I'm so grateful. Live right now. There we go. I thought I'd give it a little share on my page.
Lovely.
There we go. Right, back in the room.
So I have been watching obviously a little bit. I've been seeing you doing your live streams and stuff from lockdown. That's been really nice to watch the two of you getting up and performing it live. And I hear that there might be something going down next weekend.
Yes, okay, yes. No, I am so excited for this. Basically, we're running a competition where we're just going to turn up at somebody's house and do a live stream. So they have to head over to the Miss Pink Facebook page, which is MS Pink. She's going to put up a post this evening if she hasn't already, and basically tell us we want you to come to ours, and then privately inbox her a picture of where you'd like us. So if you've got like a really cool idea, like someone mentioned a bus, a cafe, like a bar in the garden, or even like the kitchen. Yeah, so I can't wait. I'm like, yeah, we're just gonna turn up at someone's house like Saturday night takeaway.
That sounds amazing. That is going to be really cool. Okay, so you're going to give us a little taster of Let It Rain at the end of our session today. But before we get to that, I kind of want to find out a little bit more about Miss Leanne, really. So
Okay.
tell me, where did your journey with music start for you?
So, I mean, I always wanted to sing. I always wanted to be a Spice Girl when I was really, really young. And I wanted to do Stars in Their Eyes, but I actually couldn't sing. Like as a kid, I could not sing. It was when I was around like 13 that my friends were doing a talent show at school, and I was like, I really, really want to do this. I literally mimicked people. So I just would mimic Adele, Alicia Keys. Obviously not as good, like it was very bad mimicking, but
I don't
I was
believe that.
no, I mean when I first started, I mean it was all right, but it wasn't like I don't know. I used to like mimic like Lily Allen was very obvious in my voice. And then I started like I've always written poetry, so I started putting my poetry to my singing. It was my brother's idea. It was like, why don't you just sing your poems, basically? So that's where I started writing songs. And when I was about 16, 17, I got my first song recorded, which I co-produced, like only on the keys. And it's called Summer's Day. It's really, really cheesy. Then I just started to book some gigs. Like I had one song and no PA, like I had nothing, but I was just determined. Obviously, like there was one gig where I couldn't do because they emailed, they were like please bring ID. Obviously I wasn't old enough, so I couldn't do that. But yeah, like since then I've just continued to try, I guess.
So really, really from quite young then, you sort of knew this is exactly what you wanted to do and you absolutely went for it.
So cliche, it sounds so cliche, but I've always just known like I just want to be a singer. Even when I couldn't sing, I don't know, it's music. I love it. It's the only thing that I've stuck at ever, ever. Music.
I get
Yeah.
that. I get that. So it's always quite up and down in the industry. It's not an easy industry to work in. Tell me, has there ever been a moment when you thought, this isn't for me?
So no, not as such. There was one moment. It was about half a year ago, maybe. Where so for those who don't know, I've got a little boy. He's 7. He's got autism. And I'm obviously his mum, but I'm also his carer. Um, and there was a point where I was like, I don't know if I can do this. Like I felt because the thing is, the better I do with my music, the more guilty I feel as a mum. Like, and I remember thinking, I can't do this anymore, and I cried. And that I've never ever ever thought that, and I've never thought it since, and I can't imagine that I would ever feel that again. But that precise moment, I felt like, what am I going to do? And I just remember I just cried. I was like, no, I can't believe I just thought that. But apart from that, I've never, I don't think it's ever got to a point because of the industry. It's never because of music, and it is hard. And there are situations that are weird, messed up, tough. Like, I'm sure you know.
No, we won't go
But
there. We won't go there. But
that
I
was,
can imagine it must be hard. I'm a mum too, so I understand the challenges of balancing motherhood and career without the pressure on top of having a child who has additional needs and needs that extra more attention and extra more part of you. I think that's amazing that you balance all of that. And I know that you get involved with autism charities and you get involved with advocating for a lot of people that are going through a lot of difficult times. You want to tell us a little bit about some of the projects that you do get involved in?
so I'm not as heavily involved as a lot of people that I know. I know some amazing people that dedicate their lives to like raising awareness and acceptance. But something that I did do well, I say recently, I think this was like 2 years ago now. It seems recent, but it was, yeah, 2 years ago. I wrote a song called Madness, Our House. I'd done a rewrite of that to raise awareness for autism and for my little boy. More recently as well, our single Let It Rain, we are donating all of the money to Anna Kennedy Online, which is a charity for children and adults with autism that are on the spectrum. Yeah, like I feel like in the grand scheme of things, I do what I can when I can. I like to promote things, but there are incredible people like Anna Kennedy. She's fabulous. She's fabulous. She's amazing.
I think you're fabulous. Not many artists that would stand up on a single that's doing really well for them and say, I'm going to donate this to a charity that means something to me. So that's kudos to you. I think don't sell yourself short on that about what everybody else is doing, because actually what you're doing is pretty amazing. And that's not the only story I know of you. I've been very fortunate to know you for a couple of years now. We've been around the same kind of music circuit, but I also know that there was a special song that you did for a young person that was going to lose their life. I remember that too. You know, there's lots of things that you've done. Can you tell us a little bit about that? You know, I don't like to talk about it, but I remember that because that was something about you that touched me very deeply as an artist.
Oh, yeah. Wow. I can't really remember that. I don't even know. How do you know that?
You told me.
Oh,
I haven't stalked you too much. I haven't stalked you too much. Not too much.
But yeah, no. But shout out Kyle. I'll see if I can link the link into this afterwards. But yeah, like his mom is doing an amazing job. I wrote a song for her. She's going to go to the studio and record it. But yeah, massive shout out to Vicky and massive shout out to Kyle, and thank you.
Amazing, thank you. I look forward to hearing it. So how have you found, this is probably a bit of a sticky question, how do you find relationships in the industry? Not just the romantic ones, but personal ones, balancing those with the demands of all it takes to kind of be in this business, really. We aren't, as well as being a mum.
Yeah, as well as being a mum. It's not possible. We don't manage it. There is no balance. That's a great question, because it's tough. It's actually really tough. And I realize how tough it is now. I think that, I mean, I have been single for over 2 years now. And recently I started dating, and it made me realize how hard it's going to be, because music is a relationship in itself. Like, I dedicate my life to music and my thumb. Anything outside of that is hard. Like, even friendships, like, it's because anytime that I'm not with my son, I'm doing my music. So anytime that I'm not with my son and I'm not doing music, I feel guilty. And like, also my mum has my son, so it's a lot of pressure and it's challenging. It's doable. It's doable. It's just about balance. I don't know if I found that balance yet, but yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna say, you hear that, boys? She's on the market.
Yeah, she ain't available.
If you could give some advice to a younger person starting out in the industry now, thinking about your own journey and how you got to where you are, what would you tell them?
See, if they were, because it's, you know, I sound old now because it's changed so much since when I started. When I started, social media was very, very new. So it was still making demo CDs and sending them to offices. One thing I said the other day, I think it's so important to just try, because I had no idea what I was doing when I first started. Even now, sometimes I don't really know if I know what I'm doing. When I first started, I hadn't got a clue. I didn't know anybody in the industry whatsoever. I just used to try, just email people, and I would send out hundreds of emails and get like 1 or 2 replies if I was lucky. Trying and networking is, and obviously now we've got social media. Networking is so much, it's, I wouldn't say easier, but it's more accessible. I'm really shy, and something that I found helped me when I was first starting out was open mics, because I would go up and I would sing a song and then people would come up to me afterwards, and that helped because I'm shy. I don't like going up to people and talking to them, even though I did and I do. Sometimes it's really awkward because I'm that person. I'm an awkward person. This is the way I am.
That brings me quite nicely into my next question, actually, which was about open mics. That's where we met on the open mic circuit, wasn't it? Down in Camden, at HQ, I think it was not Live and Unsigned.
It was either Unsigned Hype. Was it Unsigned Hype? Was either Unsigned Hype or in Camden.
That was the first time I saw you sing, and that was my question. Really, is for the independent artist, do you find open mic nights as a useful mechanism, as a useful tool?
Absolutely, absolutely. Like that was really that I made some amazing connections through doing open mics. I remember like there was one open mic they used to do called Love Though, and they used to book artists. That was a Proud Camden actually. They used to book artists and then they'd have like a 60-second open mic. That was wicked. And also I Love Live. Like there have been numerous times where like I would have just come off stage and someone would be like, oh my God, like naughty boys in the audience. Oh my God, Rudimental's there. And this was like 5, 6, 7 years ago now. So like it was there, yeah, massively important. I think you just got to be careful to get that balance and grow from that, because it's easy to get stuck. And it's tough as an artist because you sometimes you don't want to be seen as up and coming. You just like, but at the same time, that can also really go in your favor. So I just, yeah, they're massively that useful, and I recommend them to anybody trying to get heard.
I think it's about doing your research about where the good ones are, and I think it's about not sticking with just one, because you can get into your comfort zone with an open mic, can't you? And that ends up being the same one that you go back to every week. So it's about moving around as well and kind of putting yourself out there a little bit. And it's also a really great place to test out new material. I find open mics great for testing out a new song and kind of gauging audience response. Everybody's so much more laid back. It's quite a safe environment for that, isn't it?
Yeah, that's so true. Especially if you've got like a little group of people that you know you can trust, and like, yeah.
So what you was telling us about about single? I think somebody missed their play on Radio 1. Did I see something about that on the internet this week? Did I see something like that?
So like, imagine me just like scrolling. So I rarely search for myself, because I don't know, it's just not something I wake up in the morning and be like, oh, let me see what I'm doing. Why not? So I went onto Twitter and I searched hashtag Leanne Louise, because I went, no, that was it. I went to write a tweet and put hashtag Leanne Louise, and it said how many tweets. It was like, oh, so let me have a look. And then up pops BBC Asian Network, One Extra, and then I see Radio 1. I'm like, what? And I just like this double thing. I'm like, oh my God! I'm not gonna lie, like I'm so excited. That was back in May. I had no idea. Wow. It's been like, I don't know, it's been played on Kiss, One Extra, BBC Asian Network, BBC London, and I had no idea. Like, wow. Who does that?
You got so much going on, girl. You're too busy. You're too busy to Google yourself.
Seriously, that's like a bucket list thing for me personally. That's like huge thing for me. So I'm gutted I missed that. But shout out Toddler T. Thank you.
But did you go back on the replay? Did you go and listen on the replay and play it again for yourself so that you could actually hear it? Have you done that yet?
No, it won't let me.
Oh, Toddler T, she needs another play. She needs another play, Toddler T. I have no doubt that we're going to see you all over the radio very, very soon. That voice is absolutely incredible.
Thank you.
So tell us about what other projects, what have you got coming up? What are you working on next?
So obviously we've got our single Let It Rain, shout out Miss Pink, out right now, everywhere. Faith Is My Fire, which is the one that was played on Radio 1, that's coming out on the 15th of July. It's out now on Juno, but it gets its official release on the 15th. I'm working on a couple of bits with Jess Bays, which also was played on BBC Introducing recently, which was amazing. Oh my gosh, there's so much. I'm working on a remake of a Sade song with a house producer called Solar Track. I know I'm gonna forget people, like, but yeah, there's a lot of things going on. Me and Miss Pink have got some more stuff working on as well, which I'm really excited about. Yeah.
So we're going to see you everywhere quite soon. Basically, we're going to see you absolutely everywhere.
The life out of everyone, basically.
Never, not with that heart, never. So I mean, I've got to say that you know that Red Flag is my favourite song of yours. I think I probably play that probably about 15 times a week, especially if I'm having a bad week. What made you decide to go down the route of a Bandcamp release rather than going out on all the platforms? What's the difference for you from your perspective?
Yeah, it was different because I've never really done that. you know what? It's weird because I felt like the quality of the recording wasn't that great. Even though I listen back to it now and realize it actually it was more like a live version, like for me. And because sometimes when I write, I don't put much thought. It just comes out. I know you'll know what I mean. It's like spiritual writing. It's like I don't know, it just comes out of me like it sounds really bizarre. But so, I felt like it was natural. Like I felt like I didn't put a lot of effort into it, even though I did. It felt like, I don't know, I almost felt like it didn't deserve a proper official release, but it had the biggest response. Like, I say the biggest response, like obviously I'm still very much up and coming, but it had such a beautiful response, and I'm so grateful for that. It taught me a lesson.
I'll play it a ridiculous amount of times. So if you could use, I'm going to be really cheesy now, if you could use 3 words to describe yourself, what would they be and why?
Oh, clumsy.
Oh, there's a story there. You can't just say clumsy and move on. I know there's a story there.
Stories, like there's stories. I'm very clumsy. I'm just clumsy. I just am. I don't know. I'm just clumsy person.
Have you ever fallen over on stage? Have you ever fallen over on stage?
Ooh. No, I don't think I have, you know. I mean, there's been a few, I've hit my head on lights and things like that. I've never fallen over. I probably tripped. I walked on stage with toilet roll on my shoe once. That's so hard to describe yourself, like, because you know, like I'm quite honest. It's hard to describe yourself without like being
honest. Go on, one more.
Even though this is probably debatable on who you ask, I'll say kind. I try to be kind.
I would absolutely.
I feel like, I don't know,
all of those.
Clumsy, honest, and kind.
If you're headbutting lights on stage, I'd definitely say that you're clumsy. Although last year I did nearly fall off the stage, my first festival gig. I closed my eyes a little bit too much and walked too far forward and did one of those. Right.
You want to be in the moment, like.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I didn't actually hit the deck. I literally managed to keep my balance and then kind of come back. I might show you the video one day, maybe. All right, I've got some quick fire questions for you now. I'm just going to throw them at you, and your first answer is the one that I take. Okay, there's no do-overs, no do-overs, no panic though. They're not too salacious. All right, what's your favourite colour?
Ooh, pink, obviously.
Obviously. Have you ever lost a shoe?
What, lost a shoe?
Have you ever lost a shoe?
Clips and hairbands. They just grow. The shoe fairy takes them, Bekka. Telling you straight.
I feel it. She's a wrong one. Do you like peanut butter? Yes. Yes. Who's your celebrity? Who's your celebrity?
Ooh, I don't know. I don't have one. Obviously Bekka Whitney, but yeah.
Do you sing in the shower?
Yes.
Yes. Badly?
No.
Can you spell your name? Can you spell your name backwards?
ENNAEL. Inail.
I couldn't have done that.
I've done it before.
What are you doing after this interview?
Pardon?
What are you doing after this interview?
I'm going to Tesco's.
What
are you doing?
I'm gonna watch some TV and probably eat some chocolate. Last question is, did you have fun today?
Of course. Thank you so much for having me. Seriously.
As you know, we are called Integrity Magazine, and we would like to know, what does integrity mean to you? Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh, I want that first thought. I don't know what it was, but I want it.
I'm gonna be the most Essex person in that. Oh my god, I can't believe there's like over 50 people watching this, and I'm gonna say like I don't even know what it means. Oh my
That's why I
god.
love you, because you're very honest. You have integrity, Louise. I'm just going to say that, okay? You have integrity.
Oh my god, I can't believe I just did that. Oh, sorry.
And on that note, you're going to now give us a little taster of Let It Rain, aren't you? So
I am indeed. Thank you so much for having me.
thank you for joining us.
Right. Can I give a couple of shout outs?
Of course you can.
So can I give a shout out, obviously, to Miss Pink, to Jessie G, Daniel Hale, my mum, Tyron, Ronnie, Case Cleaver, Lee, Donna. There's a load of people on the live stream, but shout out to you guys. Big up the Hip Hop Orchestra. I've got a podcast coming with them really, really soon that I actually recorded in the same spot that I am now. But yeah, I'm gonna do Let It Rain. So I'm gonna have to come off of the live stream on my computer. But thank you so much for having me. This has been awesome.
It's an absolute pleasure.
Oh my gosh.
So today you're going to do, are you doing the acoustic version for us, or are you doing,
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about it.
The acoustic version, as it's a little bit more chilled, but if you can go and check out the original, they're completely different. Like the original is piano house, it's got this epic piano and it just makes me feel so good, whereas I think this just shows like maybe the story behind the lyrics a bit more, and it's just stripped back and honest and makes me feel emotional.
You're going to make me cry, though.
No, I don't know. Right, okay. Let's do it. Thank you. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Where do we go? What do we do? Only I can see through to you. You can't fly. Baby, I'm blue. All of the times that I stayed for you, I'ma let it rain down, I'ma let it pour. You're poison in my body, but still I need you more. I'ma let it rain down, I'ma let it rain down, I'ma let it rain down. Yeah. Where do we go? What do we do? Finally I can see through to you. Your colors are blind, baby, I'm blue. All of the times that I stayed for you. Oh. Let it rain down, down. Nah, hey. I let it rain down, down, yeah, yeah. Where do we go? What do we do? Finally, I can see through to you. Your colors are blind, baby, I'm blue. All of the times that I stayed for you. Now I'ma let it rain down, I'ma let it pour. You're rising in my body, still I need you more. I'ma let it rain down, I'ma let it rain down, I'ma let it rain down. You, I let it rain down, down. Yeah. You, yeah.
Yeah. You're taking me there, so why are you far away? Oh, yeah. Or maybe I'm scared of falling too deep again. Yeah. You're taking me there, so why are you far away? Oh, baby, I'm stuck. Oh, baby, I'm let it rain. Where do we go? What do we do? Finally, I need to the party. Baby, I'm blue. All of the times that I stayed, I'ma let it rain down. I'ma let it pour. You're poison in my body, but still I need you more. I'ma let it rain down. I'ma let it rain down. I'ma let it rain. Where do we go? What do we do? Finally, I see the colors of light. Baby, I'm blue. All of the times that I stayed, I'ma let it rain down. I'ma let it pour. Poison in my body, still I need you more. I'ma let it rain down. I'ma let it rain. I'ma let it rain. I'ma let it rain.
Girl! I got goosebumps. That was bloody amazing. Your voice just like, thank you so much for joining us. So tell everybody where they can find you. Tell us about your socials. Where can people go and follow and find out a little bit more about what you're doing?
So I'm going to be in Tesco's in Chelmsford in about 20 minutes. But you can find me on Instagram at Leanne Louise Music, Facebook, Leanne Louise Music, Twitter, I'm Leanne Louise. Google me, Leanne Louise, on all like Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube. Yeah, I get about me musically. So go and have a Google.
Amazing. Thank you very much for joining us today, darling.
Where can we find you?
Oh, don't worry about me. It's not about me today. It's all about you. It's all about you. So please go and follow, share, go and download Let It Rain. She absolutely deserves to be on every platform. Let's give it up for Leanne Louise. All right, my darling. Thank you very much, guys. We'll see you again next Monday. Bye.